Did you know that there's a teacher in Texas that I feel like that shot didn't hit his head means that we're on the right track, because if it would have hit his head, fool, look, I think America as a country would have been done. There would have been a civil war. Martin Lawrence, he didn't look too good, man. He looked a little shaky, a little Parkinson type.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to go up to him and bother him. So we can see that I'm high.
The young Oakley.
What are you saying?
That's like a whole windshield, bro.
It is. It's like for like bikers and shit.
You bike then?
No, it's just in my dreams. What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, aka Knomoe, chilling here with another episode of Brown Militia Podcast. You got the best duo in the world. You got me, Knomoe, and Mr.
Ernesto Ledesma. I'm back, baby.
That's right, back like it never left. You've been hella busy. Sorry for the people who love Brown Militia that we haven't really been posting a lot. It's just because this motherfucker's been traveling the fucking world, right?
Stand up. I mean, it's going great, you know. I've been to other states, Washington, Arizona, all these other stuff. Like, I've been just busy. I'm producing my own show, August 16th in Pico Rivera. $10 shows, you know.
Sick.
And then just networking and shit, trying to get out here and meet other people and collab on stuff. I'm trying to write a show.
Dope.
Just trying to stay busy, you know. I like 8 years. I've been doing comedy 8 years now, I guess. And it's you just got to make shit happen for yourself, man.
That's hard. We definitely want to get into the show and what that process works like. First of all, you're obviously noticing a different background. Today, we're not inside the studio because they're fixing my fucking restroom. My fat ass is so fat that my restroom started sinking. So they had to redo the whole shit. It's been like this for 2 or 3 weeks. Last week, we were at Senor Sushi in San Fernando Valley with the homies Compa Raider, Mohawk Mac, and Free Bliss. Always sounds like I say Mohawk Mac, but it's Matt. It's just my paisa in me.
You recorded out of the
inside the sushi place, dog.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, that show's pretty tight. Bomb-ass sushi, fool. So if you guys are watching this shit and you're in the San Fernando Valley, make sure you stop by. And he used to own, he owns the brand Trash Bag Boys, the fucking like weed company.
Yeah.
So he has a TBB sushi roll, and it's like hot Cheetos and sushi, but that's just so fucking fire, dog. So good. And then I've been doing food shows and shit, so make sure you guys support.
I think that, like food reviews.
Yeah, food
like
reviews.
reviewing like Chinese food spots.
Yeah, bro. I swear to God, I went to Mr. Yu and I've eaten Chinese food like 3 times afterwards, and it's never the same no more.
After that place.
After that place, it's just that food does it. He does fast food perfectly because he calls it gourmet Chinese food. I'm like, everyone says that, right? No, fool. Like, I went to a couple other spots, even Tasty Goody, my fucking hometown spot, dog, right there in Cudahy, and the fucking orange chicken is mushy. The fucking everything's all whack. This food does it good, dog.
What about the portions? What are the portions?
The portions are crazy.
Because sometimes, since I'm that dude, sometimes I'm like, I'd rather pay like for this shittier one because they give you more than pay, you know, like a little bit extra money for that good quality. Because I'm just like, I just want to eat for longer. It's like it's just a hobby at this point.
Yeah,
you know?
for fun.
Yeah.
How is it for writing a show? Is it like, what do you got to do? Like, what is the process of getting your show on TV?
Well, I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I do know that you have to pitch it. You know, before you would write like a pilot. You know, you would write a pilot, which would be like the first episode of the show, explaining basically like the characters and kind of like what to expect for the rest of the season. So you'd write that pilot, and then you'd try to sell it to like either like one of the networks like Netflix, Amazon, or one of the networks on TV or something like that. That's usually the process for it, but I think everybody kind of does it differently now, where they kind of film the whole thing. They just have the idea, they write it, they use their resources to, put together a team, they film it, and then they just sell the whole thing. And then a network that just takes that and just puts it on TV. They'll just have like whatever, I think that's actually, I was going to say, I think they'll have like tips and stuff, what to take out and stuff like that. But that's, I think, I'm not super sure because I don't know that process, but I think that makes sense to me, Like when you sell the whole project, they probably just take things out and stuff. Whereas when you have like a network and then they're in charge of, producing it, I guess, they probably have a lot more to say, where it's like, change that guy's name. We don't like this episode, so change the whole.
More inclusion.
Yeah, everything.
They're going to hit you with the inclusion, dog.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Especially the big networks. Who's going to be the star of the show?
It's a show about me. It's a show about
What a typical comedian, dog.
No, well, here's the That's the thing. I mean, I've been doing stand-up 8 years. Nobody offered me my own show yet, so I have to write it for myself.
I like that though. That's hard.
That's the part. That's what the show's about.
As funny as it is, like that's like the most bullshit you could do, right? Write yourself into the script because you own that bitch.
Dude, no one's like, we're looking for a 5'9" Latino who's kind of fat.
Fat on TV, but not in real life.
And funny like 87% of the time. You know, like then I'm like, dude, no one's gonna write that. So I just have to write it for myself, and then you know, I've written a whole bunch of stuff that's gone nowhere, and a bunch of stuff that I kind of didn't even show anyone just because it's like I have no experience. I never went to school for it. I barely read like books. I'll be honest. I'll go on like Wiki, you know what I mean, or like look up articles on like quick ways to learn stuff about writing and stuff. Yeah. But I don't have any actual like, you know, actual went to school learning for any of this. So I'm just kind of freestyling. I'm writing what I know. You know, a lot of the times I was beginning like, and I would start with the story, then I'm just like making up and I'm trying to, you know, as I go along. But then it's like, I have no idea. I have no idea what those characters would do. I have no idea how people would react. So then you have a harder time writing the dialogue. But like I said, I'm writing it about myself, so I know what I would say in certain situations. So that makes it easier for me. And also just include my friends too, you know? Include my friends. I think they're funny, so instead of creating a whole character and giving them this backstory and all these details, I'm like, nah, that's you know, that's Andrew. I've known him for like 5 years. I know exactly what he would say in this situation. So all that's helping, and hopefully it turns out to be something that I actually like at the end, because there's so many projects, like I said, where I've written it and worked on it for like a long time, I feel, and then at the end I'm like, this sucks, dude, and I just hide it away, you know, because it's embarrassing.
I feel like people would be lying if no one has ever took 5 minutes to write the intro to episode 1 or the opening scene of their movie.
Yeah.
Like I've done like fucking playing on the baseball field, throws his arm out, breaks a leg, joins a gang, like a montage. I have it in my notes. Like,
Word?
you know what I mean? Like I have like,
that's your movie? Your movie is about your life also.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
shit.
I feel like
It was his fucking go-to thing.
I feel like that's the easiest, like what am I gonna write about? Oh yeah, me, motherfucker. Yeah. The life that I lived.
I didn't want to make it about me because I'm just like you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like my whole life is cringe. You know what I mean? How many of those like, wow, he had a hard life and he really turned it around movies can people fucking see? You know? What I mean?
But also too, like I feel like those stories are few and far between now. Everyone's so like poor but privileged. You feel me? Like. I don't know, like the single mom story is not really a thing anymore as it used to be. I feel like it used to be more of a professional baseball player who come from a single mom, or a football player who comes from a single mom.
No, because I
feel like those stories are not the same no more.
No, because I think before it was like crazy. It's like, oh shit, he doesn't have a dad. You know what I mean? And now it's like, yeah, dude, neither does anybody else. Like there's no families anymore. That's the biggest problem with our country, is that there's no like two-parent home. No,
Here we go. Goes to Latin Wealth Club once.
I'm gonna get on my Latin Wealth Club.
Becomes a radical, a fucking Trumper.
No, but
our families, we gotta get the nuclear family back together. Inflation.
No, but yeah, dude, this shit is crazy.
Hey, speaking about Trump, that fool got shot. Fool. What did you think about that? I thought that was pretty gangster, fool. Like, but I also feel like this is a crazy thought that I've been thinking about. Like, we're like in I feel like the world timeline, like fucking Marvel style, weaves in and out. And if the humans are doing good, it leans good. If we're doing bad and we need to get self-corrected and wipe ourselves out, it goes bad. I feel like that shot didn't hit his head, means that we're on the right track, because if it would have hit his head, fool, I think America as a country would have been done. There would have been a civil war. China would have came in. Russia would have came in. It would have been the domino effect for the end of this country.
People would have definitely tried to try to get their lick back on you. They would have split for Trump quicker than they did for Vaughn. You know?
Facts, fool. And like they would have gone after all the fucking Confederate people and all the white people that hate all colored people or hate this and that. They would have found any excuse to like, oh, it's because they shot Trump, so we gotta fucking destroy all the Taco Bells. Like, we gotta burn down all the Rosses because this is what Trump wanted.
But that's a real thing. But it's just like consciousness, like thinking about shit. It actually has a higher chance of it happening. Like, they've done studies where they pretty much have, like, you know, they have nothing happening, to a particular object, and then they put other like animals or whatever, or like plants or this and that in front of it, and never changes the outcome. Like nothing ever happens. And then if they put like a conscious observer, like a human being, and then like let's say like a book, they put like a book up like this, and then they just put a human being in front of it, and he just like they think about it. It's got more of a chance of it tipping over.
No way.
Yeah, that's like real life, dude.
That's crazy, but
I might have just made that up, but
I was like, I believed it. You had me going there for a second, dog.
no, I think that's a real thing.
But the trippy part for is like that fool aimed for his head, and from far away with no scope, and at the last second this fool turns his ear, and turns his head and it barely gets him in the ear. Like the luck that fucking Donald Trump has. First of all, to live the life he has, right? To grow up rich, to get $100 million loan or whatever from his dad when he was 18, to build the empire, to like make it to be president, and then still the day that someone's supposed to fucking put a bullet in your head, you turn at the right second to hit your ear. Like, how lucky of a person do you gotta be, dog?
I'm not like one of these Trump, like I like Trump as a person. Like some of his policies are a little crazy, but I think he's like he's probably a cool hang,
Yeah, hell yeah.
So and I didn't care either way, but then they shot at him, and it wasn't like, oh man, like I didn't care about the shooting, but he swayed me when they were like, he was like, wait.
That was pretty gangster.
He did that thing. I was like, damn, this was sick.
Like he thought about the people. He thought about that, like how it's gonna look. Like, hold on. He's like, keep fighting, don't stop fighting, or some shit like that. That shit was hard.
Yeah, you said it perfectly. It's because he thought about it, and he was like, press it, and he was like, I made a conscious decision about like, wait, I need to show strength, which I think we've lost so much. Where like presidents trying to be so like Obama is shooting jump shots and shit, like and people like fucking Clinton's going on TV and playing the saxophone, and they're all trying to be like, I'm regular, man,
trying to humanize
I'm
themselves,
just a regular person. And it's like, dude, I don't want no regular ass person running the country. You gotta be Kobe. You gotta be somebody that's like that's unstoppable, that's like, even if they shoot at you, like who was it, like Teddy Roosevelt, he got shot and then like finish his speech, some shit like that. Like that's what you want for your country,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like Putin, as crazy as he is, he's not gonna show like weakness and stuff like that. That's what I kind of like about Trump too. When he like meets all these other diplomats and stuff, he's always like holding their hand a little too long, or he just tries to sun them a little bit.
There's the Prince of Saudi Arabia, like you're not allowed to touch him. That fool walked by and he's like,
yeah, dude, yeah.
You just hit him twice.
Just to prove a
point. And the princes are like, what the fuck? Who just touched me? He's like.
And he's like, I like your moxie, kid. This kid's got balls. I like balls.
I like it. Yeah, bro, but I don't know. I feel like that also like cements like that fool's gonna win now. Because food, like, prices for everything is so crazy, dog. And it's one of those things where I don't care until it affects me.
And then my whole thing, Kamala, dude, like I'm not voting for anybody that used to date Montel Williams.
As a throuple.
What do you mean?
Like he took two bitches to the red carpet, and she was one of them.
Damn. Maybe I would vote for her.
She's a swinger, dude.
She's a freak, dude.
And then her vice president is a fool that fucking ran Minnesota, and like that city burned to the ground during the fucking pandemic.
Yeah, those people are just already right there. It's crazy. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. It's crazy because she has a chance because people are gonna want to vote her because she's a woman. There's that part. People are gonna want to vote for her because she's quote unquote a minority. There's that part. You know what I mean? And people are gonna want to vote for her just because they don't want to vote for Trump. So that's like three huge demographics.
I think a lot of people that would vote for Trump are the type of people who don't vote. And I think that's the biggest obstacle for Trump. Like, there's a lot of fools like, I respect that fool, he's gangster, but like, I never voted in my life. So like, it's like one of those things.
So maybe he's getting people out there to actually vote now that never did. I feel
like if you were to do a study and run the numbers, the night or the day after he got shot, a hell of people fucking registered to vote. I think so, fool. And the biggest thing is like if you get California to turn Republican, because we have the biggest fucking homeless issue. Like no one likes that shit, dog. Put those fools back. Those fools want a warm meal. Put them fools back in jail. They don't want to be out here in the sun. Like. I don't know. We're getting too political with this shit.
I have no idea what's happening. Yeah. But anyways, what's been going on with you?
What was the first topic you had?
We were looking at some of the topics for you guys for this week's episode. We got some pretty crazy ones. Up top, there was that that one where Geico was ordered to pay a Missouri woman $5.2 million after she contracted an STD in a car that was insured by Geico.
Okay, fool. This opens up a fucking like window of like, all right, if my home is insured, and a bitch gives me chlamydia, can I file a home insurance?
No, you're liable. Oh, you're liable if she. Oh.
But when I crash my car, I still get my insurance kicks in.
Actually, so then yeah. So I think what would happen if you're insured, like for example, let's keep it to the car scenario, right? If you had, because this scenario where it's like the guy was insured, he gave her VD, and then so she sued, and then is now won 5.2 million, right?
Damn.
But in the case, let's say it's reversed. Let's say you're insured, you're in the car, you bang some chick, she gives you like herpes or something, right? Actually, and then you go to the doctor. I think now it just has to come out of your, you know what I mean? Like you have to pay like your deductible.
I don't know, dog. I feel like if anything happens and you have insurance, the insurance should pay for it.
Yeah, they're gonna cover
bodily harm.
They're gonna cover it, but your insurance is gonna go up. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work. Like you don't get to sue and make money off of it.
Yeah, but if I'm paying like $60 my insurance, it goes up to $300, but I made 1.5 million, baby. I'm not really tripping.
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't make money.
Yeah.
No, because
you make the 1.5 because I got VD.
Yeah, but she gave it to you, and it's your car. You're insured. It only works if you give her something, and then you're insured, because then your insurance covers her.
But that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does.
Why? Because
when you get in a car accident,
and I get hurt.
No, but when you get in a car accident and you hit somebody,
right. I understand that.
Then the insurance
covers
comes in and they pay their damages.
Yeah, but if I'm hurt
but
too,
then your insurance
covers me too.
Yeah, they pay for this stuff.
No, they pay me.
No, you don't get like.
Yeah, if you get in a car accident,
and it's your fault,
and you have insurance, and it's your fault. And you have like the clause or whatever.
And they sue. You're telling me if you have insurance and you hit somebody, you can sue and make money?
Yeah.
How? Dude, it's your fault.
Because you got hurt.
Yeah, but you did it.
I don't know. I'm talking like I know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not how it works. No, they cover it and they cover your medical bills, and then now your insurance goes up because they're like, yeah, we got to charge you more because you're probably more liable to have more insurance in the future. So you need more to be insured more. You know what I'm saying?
But how high was that chick when she goes, I could probably sue this motherfucker.
I think she probably just was like, what do I? She probably tried to go to him and being like, you gotta give me something. You know, like when you hit somebody, and you're like, shit, I don't got insurance either, so you better come out of pocket right now. She was probably trying to do that, be like, I don't have health insurance. What you got? Like run your pockets, and he was like, I don't have anything, and she was just like, I gotta go for my bad. I gotta go for the I gotta go for the car insurance. And it's crazy because Geico tried to not pay, and they were just like, we're not liable, and they kind of dismissed it.
Uh-huh.
And then so her lawyer was like, no, they had ways out, but because they were like, whatever, then they didn't take it seriously, and then it came, like they were being negligible about it, so then they have to pay now. You know?
And probably more.
Yeah.
Hey, we had an episode recently with a podcaster, XG, and he's big into conspiracies. What do you think about Flat Earth, phone?
Flat Earth, dude. I know that they have those maps from way before we had like globes, and then they show Antarctica and all. Not before we had globes, but before we had Antarctica on maps, and they show Antarctica and how it is today and stuff like that. So they always show like fucking like, and that's always shown like flat Earth, all that stuff. Not so flat. Yeah, I have no idea. So I guess I don't know anything about it now that I'm thinking about it. But I like that people believe that. I think it's obviously dumb as hell, because can you take a telescope and then look out in the sky and then see a planet and then see that it's round? And so are they thinking that you're just seeing the planet like?
What if it's
from
flat?
Above?
What if it's flat like a pizza?
That's what I'm saying. But so they think that it's like this. And then.
But we're like this, right? Or are we like this, staring at two planets facing each other?
The kid's good. No.
Imagine all the planets are flat like pizzas and just like
this, like in a disc changer.
Okay, that sounds more smart, but yeah, pizzas.
Yeah, like in a disc changer around the sun.
Damn.
That's a little bit about me. Ernesto deGrasse Tyson.
That's crazy. I'm blown right now.
No, dude.
You don't even gotta do drugs to be this crazy right now. That's crazy.
I like conspiracies. I think
love
that
it.
one particularly is fucking dumb as shit. And if you believe it, it's like,
But you can't prove it's round.
what do you mean?
How do you prove it's round?
What about that guy that went up, that guy from Red Bull, and he took that camera and he went up to like fucking past the fucking stratosphere.
What about it?
And then he looked down and it was clearly round and then he jumped.
Okay, well, have you seen those 360 cameras that you hold it up in a stick and it records 360 and no matter what you do, it looks round? It depends on the camera.
I don't
and the
know.
lens.
I don't know.
Like a fisheye lens will make everything look round, right?
Yeah, but if it was flat, it wouldn't close it.
Yeah. There's cameras that'll make you look round.
I don't know.
You look in there, your nose looks really big.
I don't know.
There's no way you could prove it,
The
dog.
conspiracy I do believe in, and this is gonna be crazy. Anunnaki.
Like they were the first people here?
Yeah, dog. Yeah, because there's crazy shit. Like they have like in the text about this crazy, like because their planet was getting like hot and stuff, and so then they decided to like take gold and then mine it and fucking break it up to really fine dust and then throw it into their
Air.
into basically to make a a
Dome.
layer that will bounce the
Light.
off
And
to
the
make
heat.
it cooler, right?
That makes sense.
No, but and not only does it make sense, but our scientists thought of doing that to combat global warming, right? And it's not like these guys were like, oh, they got the idea from that. They were just like, oh, this is a good idea, not knowing that this was also a thing in a text from forever ago, right? So then they came in here, and then you think back like all these civilizations of like that they would always be like kings, right? And they would be like, bring me your best gold and all this shit, and then your best food and all this stuff. And then people were like, why were people back then mining up gold when it was softer than like they couldn't use it as weapons? It was too soft, you know what I mean? And they didn't. It's not like they had money, so they weren't like, we're gonna fucking make bank off this gold. They were just mining it for no reason. There was like,
I'm sure the reason was to just have it in their house, so it could look cool and
what
wear
houses? They didn't
and wear it
have
around their neck.
They didn't. But
The palace would probably have art around there and just make it out of gold because it's shiny.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You think they were sending it back on a spaceship to the other planet?
Well, here's the thing. They have this giant. I forgot where it's at. Somewhere in Africa, but I forgot where exactly. But they found. They did those sonar things where they could see shit that's underground.
Yeah, a lot of
and they found all these gold mines down there. They're huge, right? And then in that book, it talks about how they came and then they stopped in that location and they like mined for gold, like in like giant, pretty much mines, right? And then those mines were there, and they're dated to before like human beings were even, known to have built monolithic structures. So at the time that thing was going on, we didn't even know how to build pyramids. We didn't know how to like praise gods. We didn't know how to do any of that. So then why were we mining all of that gold, right? So then that's in the text, and they talks about how they mined it with vibrations, right? So they mined it with vibrations, and if you ever seen those videos where like people take sand and they put it on a speaker and then play current like certain frequencies, and it makes a design, like each frequency has a different design, right? So they talk about like these frequencies that they use to mine it, and then when they use those sonars to find those pictures like from above, they have all these different like mines, and they're all in different shapes of sounds, which that's pretty crazy. Explain that, buddy.
All right, well, where are the Anunnaki at?
What do you mean?
Like, where do they go?
Underground, baby.
They're underground right now.
Underground, dog.
Why would they go underground? They're gods.
Well, because there's this whole thing, meteors, this whole thing with the fucking dinosaurs and the whole like this.
And there's no
the
more.
whole ice age.
Why don't they come back out?
The whole ice age thing going on, right? So then it also talks about how this is where it starts getting extra crazy, right? It also talks about how there were like reptilian creatures, some of them, right? Boom, underground, and then there's. You're telling me that there's like fucking...
So if they're reptilian creatures, then why do they give a fuck how hot it is up here if they can just go underground and make it
They are
easy?
underground.
But then why do they need to put gold in the air in the first place?
They don't. They literally, that's the whole thing, right? Is that they were here. It was the whole thing where they came here and they created certain creatures to mine for them because their own people were tired of mining.
But they were going to go underground and take the gold?
No, they took the gold, and then every however many years they come and they fucking pick it up or whatever the fuck you want to say. And then they take it, and then when push comes to shove, some of them decided to stay and some of them decided to go. It just becomes like that thing, right? That's some of the stuff on there influences like stuff in the Bible and stuff like that. And that's weird to me because people believe wholeheartedly in the Bible, and even in the Bible it talks about how like all these creatures came from the heavens, blah blah blah, all this stuff, and a lot of this stuff is relevant to all those scriptures. So for me, I'm like, if you're gonna believe in that stuff, why wouldn't you believe in that other stuff that's older and influences the shit that you believe in? You know?
Did you know that there's a teacher in Texas that
What is the segue?
there's a teacher in Texas that she got in trouble because whenever there was like fools talking shit to each other in class, she would make them get down inside the class during class.
Yeah.
I think that was pretty tight. What do you think?
I think that's commendable. I think because isn't Texas like a mutual combat state?
I think it is.
So is that illegal? Is it illegal just because she wasn't making money off of it? Where's the illegal part?
Well, it says she was arrested.
I guess because they're minors.
Texas substitute teacher Natalie Garcia was arrested after she allegedly encouraged students to catch fades during class to settle differences. But look at the mugshot. She's like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Or like, I did that shit.
And it's just like some torta, dude. She's guilty as fuck. She did that shit. You could just tell like you could just tell she grew up with older brothers, and she just thinks she's hard as fuck. And she's like, all right, fools, get down, do your little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's living her chola dream at school.
She's the main head right now.
Yeah. That's how she feels, right?
She's the main head of social studies period 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Room 67.
She'll be like, hey, none of that, homie. You
Hey,
know,
13
like,
seconds and both you fools get boobopped after.
Get that DP. They be getting late. She's running this shit like a prison. Which it really is the only reason why you would become a teacher.
Right.
Because what are you gonna teach the youth? Let's be real. These
Yeah.
kids are unteachable. What you gotta do is get in there, run the fade, teach them how to be tough kids at least, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool. It is pretty fucked up. How old were the kids?
Well, the thing is also, they're 13. The thing is too, like, this is high school. The thing is too, like, was she making them fair fights? Was this sanctioned by the WBC? You know, was it a weight class thing? Was it like, oh, fuck it, you fuck with the big kid, now you gotta fight him type of thing? Like, was it fair?
I could see now that you're bringing all that up, why she should be in jail, because even like those low quality backyard fights, they always have like a medic there.
Yeah.
You know, somebody's always like, hey, are you good? You're good?
Gloves, referee at least, some sort of cage, even if it's barbed
These
wire.
kids have no training.
Yeah.
That's the worst part. If she really wanted to help, they'd like put them in boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Let some professionals take care of it.
Yeah.
Don't just freelance in the classroom like fuck this kid up. And weight classes. Yeah, you're right. I want to know and also I want to know who was taking the most dubs.
Who was the champ?
Yeah, I want to
Sign
know.
him, I want to sponsor him.
Yeah, and if he just had a reign of the class, like that's my pencil now. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. At least, hey, and it's sad to say this teacher was making her kids fight in class for her entertainment. She got arrested, but it's not as bad given the fact that all these teachers are fucking their students now. You know?
Yeah, what would you rather do? Have a teacher make your kid fight or fuck them in the restroom during 6th period?
And I guess it really depends on what she looks like. But I think I'd have my kid fight instead.
Well, I think she maybe wanted to go with the first option, but the way she looks, she goes, I'll just make them fucking fight. Nobody wants to fuck me.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? I think
Yeah. No, I actually that makes a lot of sense because it's the same personality, the same person, the same thing in you is the same person in that girl is the same thing in the person that would make them want to fuck the student also.
Mm-hmm.
She just had no game. She couldn't pull.
Yeah.
So yeah.
She was abusing her power.
Definitely.
Did you hear about that cat?
The cat, there was a cat in Utah, right? There was a cat in Utah. Somebody bought an Amazon package or something. They bought some shit online. It didn't fit, I guess, and they were returning it. When they were packaging up the box, their cat got in there and they just taped them up, sent them to the fucking warehouse. The cat got, I don't know, packaged out. He got received in like Riverside, like 6 days later.
The cat, bro, but like the cat was in a cardboard box. Like, how did it survive? It was alive, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
For 6 days, that's crazy. For 6 days, and hella people handled that box.
They were throwing the shit out of that box.
Yes, people were standing
Fool,
up.
yesterday, fool, I was driving over the bridge, going from Southgate to Downey, and I saw a fucking Amazon driver, some fucking like girl, hoop earrings, big gold glasses, long curly hair, and she's over here hitting the vape pen super hard, and driving with a big ass van, like hitting the fucking vape super hard, dog.
So I was like, it's whatever. It's regular to me.
This is what I do.
And then, then I was at work and I was like, oh.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it real quick.
Right.
We don't know when the camera cut off for that last segment, but we're gonna move on. The homie right here, Ernesto, follow him on Instagram. It doesn't have a TikTok no more. I don't know why. Maybe we can talk about that too. But this food just went viral for 1.5 million views.
No. 5 million. Bro.
Oh, my bad.
No,
I have dyslexic.
like that.
I have dyslexia. 5.1, not 1.5. 5.1. Get it right, motherfucker. Tell us about the clip, the idea behind it. Was it hard work? Was it came easy? What was the clip about?
Well, it was a racist joke, so it came natural. It was a joke. It was a racist joke about my dog. You know, it was just me being like rating things that my dog does that I hate, and then I just cut to him, and I was like, he's black. So that's just was the whole thing. I hate that my dog's black.
And knowing you, and obviously I know you're not racist, so it's super funny. But I'm sure the comments were not loving it.
Also, I was just like, I had just finished smoking a blunt, and I was watching One Piece. You know, I was like, I'm gonna take a nap, dude. I took a nap, put my phone in charge, and I woke up, and it was like at 15,000, and I was like, that's pretty good, but there's nothing crazy, you know. And I just like kind of went about my day, and then like comments started coming in, just crazy, like Germans hopping on the comment section
The
like
Nazis?
crazy. Yeah, just people.
Were they for you or against
No,
you?
people being like, you're the wrong color too, buddy.
You're not exactly our shade.
Yeah. Somebody was like, that's like the kettle calling the pot black or something.
Damn.
And then someone was like, he's not black though. And then they were like, he ain't white. And I was like, holy shit. And I had never like understood that idea before, but it did make me understand like how like racist people think, where they're just like, they're like, they'll call you the N-word and you're like, I'm not black, but they don't care that you're not black. They just care that you're not white. That's like their biggest thing with race. That made me understand that, which was pretty funny. And you know, going back and forth with some of the German people on there, that was pretty funny. You know, I like wrecked this dude, and then people are like commenting like, I'm German, but dude, no one to take your L to that other guy. So I was like, that felt pretty good, you know. And people just like sharing other like funny racist things, which is funny, you know. It was actually kind of amusing because, you know, like a lot of people like they'll post they'll comment some racist shit, but then you go to their profile and it's like a biracial couple, you know what I mean? And there's like all these people, and it'll be like a black guy, like starting to say the N-word, you know what I mean? Like people will take like that GIF and it's a letter N, and then other people will come in and they'll try to write the letter out. So I had for like a couple of days just in there, just taking letters out, you know what I mean? Just being like, so otherwise it would get reported, the whole post, right? So just taking those letters off. So that was pretty funny. But it was mostly like, you know, like quote unquote, again, minorities that were like, you know, continuing with the joke, and there was a lot of white people being offended, being like, that's not funny, blah, blah, blah. Or like people that would be like, wow, racist satire. And it's like, to me, that was crazy because it was like, so you understand that it's satire, but you're still offended. That's you making the decision to be offended. You know what I mean? That's insane to me. Then you're like, that's satire. I can't believe it. Let's like, dude, you're just out here wanting to be offended. So I think because it was such a provocative subject, it got so much traction, and like it probably got like 3 million views in the last like just week alone. You know?
Yeah, but you have a cute dog too. Like where like that fool just looks innocent. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, the dog.
You throw the fucking. It's the perfect combination of like salt, vinegar, and whatever. You know.
Yeah.
I wasn't say, but like you're also out there doing shows and shit. Like, did people recognize you? Because you do meet and greets after your shows, right?
Yeah.
Did people recognize you?
Not for the meme, no. Okay. But like for like other shows and stuff. Like, man, I just did a show in San Diego, and I had barely written anything. The show was not even that long ago, so we ran it back in the bigger room. So I'm like, I think I can run some of the same material, thinking that like the people it'd be a whole different crowd, and it was a lot of the people, I guess, evidently that were there before. So I didn't have a great set, and then so I didn't even. I was like wondering, like, what the fuck, dude? I know that should have killed, right? And then. And then one of the people that we were shaking hands with, they're like, oh, yeah, we seen you at the thing. Yeah, a lot of the same jokes. And I was like, oh, fuck. You know? So, yeah, some people recognize me from, like, stand-up and stuff like that, which is funny, you know. But not so much from the internet shit.
Yeah, the internet is a difficult thing to, like, you have to really show your ass to get remembered, and I'm not really willing to do that.
And it's also a niche group of, it's like people that are like that brain rot culture on the internet, you know what I mean? It's people that, like, keep up with the memes. Like, it's so funny to me because, like, there's a whole type of people that are always online and stuff like that, and you'll be like, oh, remember this meme? And they'll be like, oh yeah, that was 2016. You know what I mean? Like they're like sommeliers of memes. So that's pretty funny. I like to make shit on Instagram about that, like old, like, you know, meme stuff like that. So that's always like the crowd that I get, just niche people that are like on the internet a lot.
All right, man, that was a quick little episode of Brown Militia Podcast. Shout out to the homie for pulling up. He's super busy. He used to live super close. Now he lives far. He's all living that Hollywood life and shit.
Let me plug the show. Let me plug Pico.
Yeah, they don't know where they can see you.
So August 16th, I'm going to be in Pico Rivera at $10 shows. I got comedians from Comedy Central, Netflix. Some of the homies have been doing Bobby Lee's podcast. So those fools are going to be coming up. They're going to be doing some comedy. It's a showcase. So no headliner, just people coming in doing hot-ass sets for you guys. It's at a secret venue, Speakeasy Style Comedy Club. So it's actually located on top of a barbershop. So if anybody wants to show up early and get that lineup before you come to the show, we're going to be having drinks. It's going to be a dope spot, man. I have some raffles, and I'm going to be hosting the whole event. So August 16th, Ernesto Ledesma .comedy on Instagram. You can find out the link in my bio.
I remembered. So I wanted to go see Digits at the Comedy Store.
For the battle?
For the Rose Battle.
Yeah.
And I've never been there before, fool. So it was like one of those, I've driven by it a bunch of times, but like the whole thing, how they have everything, fool. I saw fucking Martin Lawrence.
It's sick, huh?
I saw Neil Brennan. I saw like hella comedians, fool, just walking around.
Just every day, dude.
At work. Like they're just at work. Martin Lawrence, he didn't look too good, man. He looked a little shaky, a little fucking Parkinson type shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to go up to him and bother him. But there were some two drunk ass Australians like, oh my fucking God, it's Martin Lawrence. Someone take my fucking picture. And this was both of them were like 7 feet tall. And Martin Lawrence was like, yeah, man, what's up? Take a picture. Took a picture. They're like, oh my God. And then, Martin Lawrence left and they were still in line with us. This is the greatest day of my fucking life. I just landed from fucking Australia, fucking 20-hour flight. I fucking love Hollywood. I'm moving to California. Yeah. I'm like, no, bro, don't get fooled.
Pretty good accent.
You know what I mean? But yeah, fool, I saw like a bunch of fools and I went up there to see the fucking, the Rose Battle. And
how's the energy? Energy wild up there.
So they were making fun of us because I was in the front row, and that was my first time. I'm kind of shy. So they were like, "Oh, the fucking front row sucks. You're too big. You think you're cool." Brian Moses pointed at me. Fuck you, Brian Moses. Pointed at me, called me fat. He was talking shit.
What do you mean? You are fat.
Yeah, but I'm not calling him black either. Or
he is black.
Or that he dresses like a fucking 15-year-old white boy and shit. I'm not saying that. But he was trying to line up the crowd. I get it, whatever.
It's a Rose Battle, guy. Maybe you're taking it a little too personal, but that's pretty funny that you went and you got roasted. That's
I got roasted at a Rose Battle.
Because people want that. People go to Rose Battle to get that. You fucking don't sit in the front. That's
I didn't want to sit in the front. They put me there.
Yeah, that's so funny. They probably were like, oh, this guy's gonna be a fucking huge target.
They probably think like they sit in the front on purpose because they want to get roasted. Like, no, I didn't. I'd rather sit off to the side. But whatever. I wasn't really thinking. I was just sitting down. Because to be honest, I was waiting in line for a long time. I got there too early.
Were you upset, or you were just fucking?
No, I'm not upset. I just wanted my chance to get back at him.
Yeah.
Like, let me say something back. That's all I said.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, for the show was actually pretty tight. They let go like 5 comedians go up there for 5 minutes each. Like 4 out of 5 were pretty bad. They even had this autism guy. He's like 4 years old, but he has autism and he takes his shirt off and he goes battle before every battle.
Yeah.
Which was kind of
autistic lightning, they call him.
It was very interesting, dog. It was very
jumps up and down.
Yep. It takes his shirt off, rubs his titties and shit.
Funny story about that guy is when T.I. was back in California and he was making the rounds trying to be a stand-up comic, he kept going to the Comedy Store a lot and everybody was like, dude, fuck this guy, because he kept running his set. So they kept giving him the light and he kept continuing on with the set and shit. And then nobody wanted to say anything, but this kid's autistic, so he doesn't get social cues. And someone's like, go tell him. So then he in between his set, he was like, hey, yeah, the light's up. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, oh shit, like it was this whole thing,
No way.
So that kid's the shit.
You know what? I'm not really hating on it. It was just I'm not around white people like that, dog.
Yeah.
And I was very I still had a good time. I even had the champ fucking Nate Welch. I interviewed him.
Oh yeah,
he brought his belt and everything. But yeah, dude, like, have you is every room in there the same? Like the vibe is the same in all those rooms? They're all different.
No, they're definitely different. The main room is like, oh shit, I'm here, dude. I'm watching. And it's like always big stars there, so it's like, oh shit, this shit's crazy. The laughs in there is like roars because the room is pretty big. So when people laugh, it's just kind of like. It's like, like a reverberating sound, whereas like the energy in that belly room is like really crazy. Like particularly for the roast battles, because the people are like you said, jumping around. People are like chanting. People are like kill up. Like people are like going crazy. It's almost like gladiator shit, you know.
But the roast jokes, I think are my favorite. I think I prefer roast battle jokes versus just regular stand-up. Maybe just the stand-up I saw that night.
Yeah.
Because the stand-up I saw that night wasn't amazing.
Yeah.
But some of the roast jokes was like, oh, who doesn't like a good burn?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm doing a roast battle at the Well Comedy Club in Bakersfield. I'm battling some white guy I've never met, but they sent pictures over, so
yeah.
I'm working on that right now. I like roast battles too. It's a different muscle.
And I feel like the really good one, like Nate was really good, and he has like multiple layers.
Yeah.
Like it's not like, oh, you're fucking fat.
No, because
No,
they're,
it's
like it's dude. I know like comics that are like particularly like mostly about roast, and they'll be like, oh, I wrote fucking 30 jokes for this one guy. He's probably only gonna use like 4, but he'll be like, I wrote a wordplay. I wrote one about this. I wrote a funny sounding one. I wrote a one-liner. Or I wrote like a more intricate one. But they have like fucking several differences. I'm not particularly versed in roasting. I just kind of go with whatever feels right. But yeah, some people are like really like fucking well trained in that shit. It's insane.
Even when it's like, all right, someone just finishes their joke and then they let the crowd laugh and it's your turn, they go, thank you, fucking Hulk Hogan, whatever. Like that's a joke. That's a joke. Yeah. And then that's not even like their comeback. It's just like, all right, now let me tell my joke.
Well, yeah, that's what I understand that point. So like where it's that's how I'll write for battles is like I write several jokes and I write rebuttals for what I think they're gonna call me. So like let's say I assume they're gonna do a Home Depot joke, so I'm gonna I already have a rebuttal ready, right? And so you write your jokes, but then like how they say you get 3 jokes, but then you actually get like 6 jokes because you do rebuttals, right? Yeah. And then you can even do like an extra one on top of that where you where they'll be like, why are you battling her? Or why are you battling him? And you could throw a joke in there and already get the crowd on your side, you know? Yeah, so it starts immediately. Like as soon as you get out there and as soon as you get the mic, you got to start throwing shade immediately.
Yeah, because that's what I noticed too. Like, it's not so like cut and dry, one shot at a time. It's like these people are just like trying to fucking throw as many as they can.
And interrupt you. It's not like like it's your turn now. It's like, dude, no, fuck the people are like, it's like rap battling. They're like, nah.
Yeah. So if no one's ever been out there to North Hollywood on Sunset Boulevard, the Comedy Store, I definitely recommend checking out the roast battle. I gotta get out there.
It's West Hollywood, I think, out there in West Hollywood.
Yeah, West Hollywood. I definitely recommend it. But yeah, my boy, thank you for pulling up. Good to see you. Been a long time. If you guys want to see more Brown Militia, make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Check us out on Patreon to see early episodes. Use the Lit Outlet on Seat Geek for $20 off any fucking tickets for like sport games and fucking what is it called, like concerts and shit. And you always tap in for new merch dropping soon. Like I always say, pull up, turn up, stay lit. Let's get it.
Also, Group Chat Podcast. You guys, Group Chat Podcast on YouTube. GROOP chat.
That's right. Peace.